All right. Can y'all hear me out there? What up, Falcons Nation? Rise Up Nation. It's your boy, Jazzy Jeff. Real talk, no gimmicks. Bring that real Falcons talk to real Falcons fans. And today we got to get into that Bears collapse that we had on Sunday. I have so many things I want to talk about. But first, I want to say that if you expect me to go on an angry rant this time, it ain't gonna happen because I don't care enough anymore about Dan Quinn to get angry and yell. That's where I'm at right now. You know, I used to yell because I used to care about Dan Quinn. I used to thought he was a good coach. I was one of those people. I was fooled. I thought he was a good coach. But I'm not mad anymore because I realized that this is who he is. He's not a good coach. So it is wrong for me to put good coach expectations on a bad coach. So my onus now is on Arthur Blank. I don't care anything else about what Dan Quinn says, what he does. I'm looking at Arthur Blank every single week we lose. Dan Quinn no longer is a good coach in my mind, and I don't care to get mad at him anymore. I don't. It's on the owner to make a move. So, but before I get started, I just want to say what's up to everybody in the chat. Exotic Evan, Jude Talk Sports, what up? If you don't know Jude Talk Sports, Falcons content creator, please subscribe to this man. Makes great content. Caden Alves, another Falcons content creator, up and coming. Makes good Falcons content. Paul Mack in the house. Wheezy B. Brandon Rogers. Zachary Stone. Ryan Zoo. I can't pronounce that name. I appreciate everybody coming into this stream. If you're new to my channel, welcome. Please hit that subscribe button. Please hit that like button. And just quick rules. I believe in free speech. I try to get everyone, their opinions out. But if you act ignorant in my stream, I'll just put you on timeout one time. And if you can't act right the second time, I just kick you out of here. I'm not here to diss other people, attack other people. We here to talk football like grown men, because that's what grown men do. We ain't here for that petty stuff. So no personal stuff in my streams, no nothing. We just here to talk football and why the Falcons fucked up. That's what we're here to talk about. Robert Dalton, I appreciate you coming to my stream, bro. Anyways, let's start with number one, the Falcons defense. And I would be remiss if I didn't bring up the number one dude who I can't stand anymore, and that's Isaiah Oliver. So let's get into it right now. Isaiah Oliver. If you're one of these people out here who still defends Isaiah Oliver, you can miss me with that. Isaiah Oliver continues to struggle in man coverage and getting burnt and dropping interceptions. I don't know what people are defending with this man. It almost feels like Vic Beasley all over again. When I criticize Vic Beasley, people jump down my throat, attack me, said I'm crazy, I'm a hater. Vic Beasley's great. He just needs to switch back to his original position. He just needs better coaching. And it turns out, no, Vic Beasley is still just a bad player. He had one flash in the pan year. That's it. And I'm seeing the same stuff with Isaiah Oliver. Why are we defending this man? This man is not Deion Sanders. Why are we defending this man if he looks bad? If it walks like a duck, talks like a duck, then it's Isaiah Oliver getting burnt. Just for fun, I looked up on Pro Football Focus. He's graded 62.3. That's out of 100, in case you were wondering. That's not good. He played off-man coverage and got burnt for a touchdown by, I believe it was Anthony Miller. I mean, this man came back, just missed a tackle, one of the weakest, laziest tackles I've ever seen, and the dude took off for a touchdown. And it was a lack of hustle. Brian Baldinger, he broke down our game afterwards, and he said it was a lack of straight-up hustle by our secondary, especially Isaiah Oliver. And you could see it. And don't tell me on that play, Kendall Sheffield would have made that tackle, because you know damn well he would have made that tackle. NY31, you damn right. He's a zone corner. He gets exposed so bad in man coverage. When he presses, he gets pushed off and he gets burnt. And then when he plays off, he gives too much coverage, and by the time he tries to come back and make a tackle, he misses the damn tackle. There's no defending Isaiah Oliver. There is none. And people are gonna say, "Oh, Jazzy Jeff, what about that one time where he made a pass deflection?" If you go back and watch that play, Isaiah Oliver got lucky as fuck. Why? Because number one, he didn't look back at the ball. He didn't turn his head around. He literally just ran into the wide receiver, put his hands up, and the ball luckily bounced off his arm and it bounced off the receiver and he dropped it. That was terrible. Coaches will not tell you to play the ball like that. No coach, I don't care if you're peewee, high school, college, pros, no coach will teach a corner to just run at a wide receiver, stick your hands up, and not look at the football. That is terrible. There's no reason an AJ Terrell, who just came in as a rookie, should have way better technique, positioning, etc., than Isaiah Oliver, a guy who's had time to develop in this system. There's no reason a Bleedy Wade Wilson should come into this game and get interceptions and play way better man coverage than Isaiah Oliver, a guy who barely gets the snaps. There's no reason. There's no reason why Darqueze Dennard, who just joined this team, is out playing Isaiah Oliver like he's been in the system forever. There's no reason. The zone coverage keeps getting exposed, and it's pitiful. For the second week in a row, they left Keanu Neal out on an island in coverage. I believe it was a cover 3, and he got burnt again on a 3rd and 8 with 2 minutes and 13 seconds left. I write this down, guys. When I watch football, I don't just watch football. I write down notes. I take down notes. That's what I do, just so I can come back and do this. I do my homework so y'all don't have to. Anyways, 3rd and 8 in the 4th quarter with 2 minutes and 13 seconds left. Game on the line. The Falcons ran a cover 0 defense and got burnt for a touchdown. Now, if you guys are out there and you don't know what a cover 0 defense is, that is man coverage across the board with 0 safeties in the back. We decided to run that in the 4th quarter with 2 minutes and 13 seconds left. This defense does not know that they are conservative when they need to be aggressive, and they are aggressive when they need to be conservative. They do not know when to play the right defense, and it's so goddamn frustrating. We still can't stop a damn screen to save our life. I see guys who are linebackers who are running over and avoiding their zones to chase down a flat that we already have a guy in zone coverage. Doesn't need to be there. Mitchell Trubisky, 45-yard run. That was so inexcusable. It was ridiculous. He had so much space to run. He looked like he was confused, like he didn't know what to do, like he slowed down, like he didn't know what to do because he had so much open room to run. One of my keys, I said Mitchell Trubisky, if you give him a lane, he'll take off and run, because Mitchell Trubisky is not a guy who's going to sit back and read the coverage 1, 2, 3 read, 4 read, and then run. He 1, 2 easy read, and if it's not there, he's going to run. But that wasn't a lane. That was a fucking Mack truck hole. That was a crater that he just ran through. And where was the hustle? Where was the rallying? Where was the play recognition to the football? It's not like he's Lamar Jackson and it's like, damn, he's so fast, we can't keep up. He's Mitchell Trubisky. And he had a run like that on our defense right up the middle with no spy. You're right, Zachary Stone. No spy. I mean, I am not, once again, I don't get paid for this. I'm just a guy on YouTube. But I would know to put a spy on Mitchell Trubisky. I mean, it's not that complicated. I don't understand what we are doing. And it doesn't matter if you ran a zone or a man coverage, you can still have a spy in there. So I don't know what we are doing. Let's shout out some positives real quick. Darqueze Dennard and Bleedy Wade Wilson had great games. I will say that's the only positives I can take from that defense. Being that this was a mass unit, guys' bodies were just dropping left and right. Excuse me. Darqueze Dennard and Bleed Ray Wilson had great games, and it was wasted on the rest of this team looking like shit, led by Isaiah Oliver. I'm at the point where I'm like, damn, Wilson should start over Isaiah Oliver. And you damn right. If Sheffield comes back from injury, those guys should definitely get snaps over Isaiah Oliver. I don't care what anybody says. I've seen enough tape to see that Isaiah Oliver needs to be benched. I mean, at least bench him for a half to show him that he needs to play better. Yeah, shout out to Marlon Davidson for returning in his debut. I appreciate that. He played good. He had one of the great tackles. Who else? Charles Harris. Charles Harris had a great sack. So shout out to him for coming back and playing. Oh my God. What else scared me is the first half looked halfway decent, but I had a sneaky suspicion when Nick Foles came into this game, he was going to start to light our defense up, because Nick Foles, unlike Trubisky, knows where our exposed zone coverages are. He knows how to fit it in between the linebacker and the safety. Mitchell Trubisky cannot do that. And I was deeply afraid Nick Foles was going to come back and do this to us again. Just like when he beat us on the Philadelphia Eagles, it was unbelievable. I knew that we can beat Carson Wentz, but I had a feeling Nick Foles was going to beat us, and he beat us again. What is with the Falcons and treating Nick Foles like he is some Hall of Fame quarterback? What is that? Oh my God. And like I said, y'all, being from Chicago and having all my friends, college, family members, everybody, I'm getting texts left and right. They are blowing up my phone. People who don't even watch the Falcons are like, damn, this Isaiah Oliver dude sucks. I mean, I got Bears fan base telling me Isaiah Oliver sucks, but our own fan base are defending his ass. So I was so deeply afraid when Nick Foles came to the game. It was embarrassing. Did y'all know that the Atlanta Falcons are last in yards allowed, points allowed, and red zone defense? And that was coming into the game. That wasn't after this game. It's gonna be worse after this game. We're worse than the Jets on defense. Have you seen the New York Jets play? We are worse than the New York Jets on defense. That is embarrassing. That is something that should never happen. I don't care, injuries or not. That's something that should never happen. And that brings me to my next point, which is injuries. But before I get into the injuries, let's go back to the comment section. Let's scroll up top, see what people are saying in this chat. Once again, I appreciate everybody joining. Please hit subscribe. Please like the content. Zachary Stone says, "Yo, Ryan, do you think we should completely rebuild, as in trading Jew and Matt Ryan?" I will get into the whole future of the Falcons later. That's a topic will come up later in the stream. I don't want to do that right now. Brandon Rodgers, very, very tough loss. Yeah, very tough loss. I had people from work, my family, my friends, everybody blowing me up, just talking mad trash, sending me memes. I mean, it was embarrassing. My dad texted me and just said, "We choke again. So sorry, Jeff, your team is a bunch of chokers." I mean, this is the stuff I got to deal with for that day. So it was embarrassing. So embarrassing. And then, of course, my dumbass decides to put on a Falcons hoodie. I just didn't even think about it. I put on a Falcons sweater to go out and return a movie from Redbox. And, of course, some guy runs into me and goes, "Hey, nice Falcons game," and laughs at me. And I'm like, I should have known not to wear this shit outside. What was I thinking? I mean, it was embarrassing. I was embarrassed to wear this shit on Sunday. Oh, God. Wheezy B, did you get your cotton candy? The circus never ends. Yeah, as long as Dan Quinn is our coach, the circus will not end. I'll get into that later. Dan Quinn is last. I saved Dan Quinn's punk ass for last, so we will get into that later. So hold on tight. Exotic Avon says, I'm pissed off, man. Dan Quinn got to go. I agree. Jew Talk Sports, what up, bro? Eli Layfield, I'm sorry, Jeff. I'm wrong as hell, sonny. Yeah, I told you. I don't know why people keep thinking that it's okay and all safe when the Falcons have a lead. I had people commenting on my older videos on Twitter saying, "Hey, we got this. Bears are easily gonna get defeated. Falcons got this. They gonna win." I said, just wait. Like Stephen A says about the Cowboys, just wait. They'll let you down. That's what I say about the Falcons defense. Just wait. They will let you down. Anytime you think it's going to be a good game, just wait. The Falcons defense will let you down. JR says loyal fans deserve better. I agree. Shout out to the real loyal Falcons fans out there. The ones who witnessed our first Super Bowl loss to the Denver Broncos. I was there. Shout out to the real loyal Falcons fans out there. The ones who stuck through 2016 continue to support this team. The ones who aren't idiots on social media and burn their Matt Ryan jerseys. I mean, what kind of fans are we? I'm never going to burn something that I spent over $100 for. You out of your goddamn mind. You think I'm going to burn something like that? Shout out to the real fans out there. Anthony Wright, what up? David M, what up? Scott Betts, hello from Savannah. I appreciate you, man. Please subscribe to that channel if you're new. Wallace Smith, what up? Who else is in here? Ultra Shadow 97, Rise Up ATL, Woot Jones, I appreciate you joining my stream. Isaiah Oliver is trash. Jake Randell says, I guess Nikki just has your number. Yeah, Nick Foles, for some reason, has our goddamn number. Unbelievable. All right, I'm going to get into these injuries real quick. Now, coming into this game, we already had Julio out, McGrary out, Rico out, Tack out, Foye out, AJ Terrell due to COVID, which ended up being a false positive, so he could have played anyways. But they want to be precautionary, so he can't play. And in this game, Keanu Neal gets hurts his hamstring. Russell Gage, head injury, leaves the game. Darqueze Dennard having a great game, gets injured. Grady Jarrett, hip injury. I mean, this was a mass unit of injuries. I don't know what's happened to our strength conditioning coach. I don't know what's going on with our injury, but I mean, this is an absolute mass unit of injuries. And to think that we have to play Aaron Rodgers in Lambeau with this defense is just a scary thought. But I'll get into that later when I have to do a damn Packers breakdown, which I'm afraid I'm going to have to do. But it seems to me, and let me know in the comment section below, but I just have to put this out there. This whole small, fast, and physical, speed to power, smaller, fast players, is it me, or they get injured all the damn time? I mean, if you look around the league and other teams who run a bigger front, bigger defensive players, their guys don't get hurt as much. They don't. This small, I'm sorry, I'm sick of this smaller this smaller personnel of defensive players, these small, fast guys. It doesn't work for me. They get worn out in the fourth quarter. They get injured way more often, and it's just not working. They can't make tackles, and it's just not working for me. It's not. All that speed, and we can't get the spots, leaving guys wide open in zone coverage. I don't want to get into the future of the Falcons right now, but one of my things moving forward is we got to get rid of these smaller guys. I'm so done with this whole small, fast, and physical shit. I'm done with it. I really am. I want a bigger, stronger, beefier line. I want bigger, stronger physical corners like a Jalen Ramsey. I want linebackers who are bigger and stronger like a Bobby Wagner. I'm done with the fast, small guys. I truly am. We get pushed around the run game. There's so many things I hate about the size of our guys and just how we play and our personnel. So, but that's for another day. The next thing I want to talk about is Dan Quinn and his play calling. And I have to start with the 8 straight pass attempts late in the fourth quarter when we had a 3-point lead. And people on Twitter and people are going to tell me, Jazzy Jeff, that's not on Dan Quinn. We have an offensive coordinator named Dirk Cutter. Let me tell you something, guys. Dirk Cutter works for Dan Quinn. Matt Ryan can override an offensive coordinator. So regardless, if if Dirk Cutter is calling bullshit plays, Matt Ryan can override that. Did you guys know that? It's not like Dirk Cutter says something and he's God and that's the final say on a play. You know how many years I watched guys like a Peyton Manning and he's called off a punt team, he's called off a field goal team, he's called off his coach and told him he's going for it. I always say the one knock I have on Matt Ryan is he is too nice. And he sometimes needs to have a dog in him to just wave off the coach and say, "Nah, I'm going for this." Or, "No, we need to run this." Other quarterbacks do that. And I'm sorry, sometimes Matt Ryan is just too nice, and that's what frustrates me about him. And Dan Quinn, I'm sorry. You can say, "I want several runs in a row here." You don't have to just accept that Dirk Cutter is calling 8 straight passes. And if you guys watch the interview, Dirk Cutter said, y'all gonna laugh at this. Dirk Cutter said the reason why he threw 8 straight passes is because nothing was working earlier. The run wasn't working, the pass wasn't working, and he felt like the Falcons wouldn't be able to run any clock, so he thought that they need to just go into a 2-minute offense and try to score points to keep up with the Bears. Okay, so Dirk Cutter said the run wasn't working. Y'all know that Todd Gurley was averaging 5.7 yards a carry? Did y'all know that? That 5.7 yards a carry means every 2 runs you get a first down. That means the run is working. So what is Dirk Cutter talking about saying the run wasn't working all game? 5.7 yards a carry is a good game for a running back. What is he talking about? That's number 1. Number 2, he was afraid we couldn't run off clock, so he wanted to go to a 2-minute offense. Okay, so you're afraid to run off clock. Did you know that throwing 8 straight passes, we only gave up 11 seconds of clock? So you're afraid that running the clock won't work, so you'd rather pass it and just give up 11 seconds of clock. Does that seem smart to you? Does that seem like a smart coach to you? And once again, I don't care how you're fucking up. I don't care how the offensive coordinator is fucking up. Dan Quinn has the final say to override that. He can literally just step in and say, "No more passes. We're running here." He can say that. If you guys didn't know this, he can say that. So that's another thing that drives me crazy. I started off actually happy with Dan Quinn, if you can believe it. Dan Quinn finally defers on a coin toss. And what happens? We stopped him. We stopped the Bears. And then we go and we actually score. And I was actually happy about Dan Quinn. And then the second half, once again, we are so bad at second half defense and adjustments. We're the worst in the NFL at second half adjustments on defense and coaching. We're the worst. The coverages are still really bad. They're just terrible. The cover 3, leaving Keanu Neal by himself, the going away from aggressive play calling when you have to, and then when you decide to be aggressive, you call a cover 0 defense. This is the stuff I'm talking about. And for all y'all out there that don't know, Dan Quinn already admitted that he calls first and second down defense, and Raheem Morris calls the third down. So a lot of these short yardage fucking up defenses on second down are Dan Quinn's fault. They're no one else's fault. So, and let me take a side note and get into the whole Matt Ryan shit, because I'm already seeing in the stream that people are saying we need to bring in Colin Kaepernick. I saw people in the stream talking about we need to just tank and get Trevor Lawrence. We need to get Justin Fields. Let me reiterate this point to you guys, to those guys out there, to the Falcons fans who know better. This is not for y'all. To the people who don't know what they're talking about, this is for y'all. The Falcons are last in yardage, points allowed, red zone defense. When you bring in a brand new quarterback, he needs at least a year to learn the playbook, learn the chemistry between players, learn the system. That's at least a year. And let's just say, hypothetically, I followed these Falcons fans down that rabbit hole of bullshit. Let's say I followed them, right? Alice in Wonderland, I followed their dumbass down this rabbit hole. And we get Trevor Lawrence or Justin Fields or whoever the fuck you want. And let's say they put up the same production or better than Matt Ryan. Are they going to play defense? Are they going to stop anybody? Are they going to stop anybody? Let me know that. Do you think they're going to stop another second half collapse? Because if they put up the same production and we're up 20, 30 points and we're all like, oh yeah, Trevor Lawrence, we're up 20 points. Hooray, halftime, we're killing it. Is that going to stop the defense from getting scored on? Like, where is the thinking here? Where is the logic? We see all this scoring on us. We see all these defensive collapses. And people really watch this game and say, you know what we need? Another quarterback. That's what we need. Like, who are these people? Who are they? Where are they at? They live in fairyland. They really do. They really do. I don't understand the thinking of some of these people that think another quarterback is going to fix our defense. How is that going to work? You've already seen when the offense is humming and we have guys out there actually not injured, we're putting up points, but it doesn't matter because guess what? The coaching and the defense is still going to fuck up. Another thing for those killing Matt Ryan yesterday, let me tell you something. Did Matt Ryan make bad mistakes? Yes, he did. That interception, people who say I don't hold Matt Ryan accountable just don't watch my videos. They really don't. They watch snippets here and there and then they just talk their shit. For those who actually watch my videos and actually know that I hold Matt Ryan accountable, yes, late in the game versus that cover 2, Matt Ryan threw a bad interception. You are not supposed to float that ball on a cover 2. You need to drive that in almost like a line drive. That was a bad interception by Matt Ryan. Bad. But let me tell you something. You lose no Julio Jones, no Russell Gage, no starting right tackle. And if you don't know anything about football, football is a game of predators and attacking your weakness. So Julio goes out, you double Ridley, and you make Gage and Zacchaeus beat you one-on-one. And then we were doing great. Matt Ryan was still slinging it with just Ridley and Gage. Still slinging it. No point. Ridley was going off. And then the moment Russell Gage goes out with a head injury, it's football is a trickle-down effect, guys, on defense. The moment Russell Gage goes out, now you double, triple Ridley, and you force guys like a Blake to beat you. And then what does that do for Matt Ryan? That makes him hold the ball longer and he takes coverage sacks. That's what was happening. Matt Ryan was afraid to throw interception because no one was getting open because our team was decimated in injuries. And the play calling, Jeremy Dog, Hayden Hurst needs the ball more. Yeah, let me get into Hayden Hurst real quick. Play calling. They put Hayden Hurst one-on-one versus Khalil Mack in the red zone when it was 3-6 on a third down. That is coaching malpractice. Let me say it again. Coaching malpractice. Do you guys not know who Khalil Mack is? Do you not know how good he is? Do you not know he can beat almost anybody in the NFL? He beats tackles. He beats guards. He beats chips. He beats double teams. So our dumbasses decide to put Hayden Hurst, who's a decent tight end, but Hayden Hurst, put him one-on-one with Khalil Mack, no help. Does that make any sense to you? Now, I'd understand if you use Hayden Hurst as as a chip, you chip Hayden Hurst and then use the running back as another chip. That would be great. But you never put a tight end one-on-one with Khalil Mack. That is coaching malpractice. So that was the one Dirk Cutter play where I almost lost my goddamn mind. That was terrible. And to hear him say that our run game wasn't working when Gurley had it going for 5.7 yards a carry, inexcusable. Inexcusable. Let me get some other points real quick. Hold on a second. The second half of Dan Quinn's defense, I don't understand. I really don't. These cover three, Keanu Neal is not a coverage safety. And we keep putting him in almost free safety looks like he's gonna do something. And then my problem with that cover zero defense. Remember, throughout the game, our defense was getting decimated with injuries. And that is when you decide to go cover zero. When we have nobody out there who can cover anybody to begin with, you decide to run a cover zero defense. Why do we do that? It's obvious that we can only play man coverage, number one. And with all these injuries, it's obvious that we should not be playing zone coverage. We cannot. But that's what we do in the red zone every time, and I don't understand why we do this. I see other teams who are actually good at playing cover two defense. If you watched the Packers game last night, they played cover two defense on Drew Brees, and they played it to perfection because they actually have the guys who can do it. They have players who can make plays. They have a Zaire Alexander who can make plays. We don't have that right now. So the defenses we're running, I don't understand why we're running them. We don't have the personnel right now. Guys are dropping like flies out here. Don't run plays like a cover zero. Are you fucking stupid, Dan Quinn and Raheem Morris? Bucks Call Game says he just got a report NFL Network heard Dan Quinn will be fired in a couple weeks. A couple weeks is too late, bro. So but that's on Arthur Blank. Arthur Blank is I'm sorry I have to say this because he's such a nice guy. But Arthur Blank is a pussy. And I'm sorry, you can come at me all you want. Arthur Blank is a pussy. He is too goddamn nice. He really is. Dan Quinn reminds me of Jason Garrett, and Arthur Blank reminds me of Jerry Jones. Arthur Blank is delusional because he believes delusionally in his coaches. He believes that we're never out of it. He believes that the coaches I believe in my coaches. He never wants to pull the trigger when he needs to. And Dan Quinn is Jason Garrett with a goatee and a bald head. That's who he is. I promised I wouldn't yell, and I promised I wouldn't cuss, but I'm sorry, y'all. I got to do it. Dan Quinn is fucking Jason Garrett with a bald head and a goddamn goatee. That's who he is. I promised myself I wouldn't watch a Dan Quinn press conference. But I'm sorry. I must be a glutton for punishment. Because I sneaked in and I watched the little tidbits of it. I wrote down all of Dan Quinn's cliche comments, and I want to share them with you guys. But before I do that, let me take a drink of water. Let me calm down, and let me go into the comments section. Thank you for everybody joining my stream. Please hit that like button. Please hit that subscribe button. I officially been approved for channel monetization. I enabled the super chat, but I don't even know how to get that started. So don't worry about that. I'll get all that fixed. But if you're new to my channel, welcome. I appreciate that. So I wrote down Dan Quinn's cliche quotes, and y'all tell me if these quotes ring true to you. If you guys remember these, if these quotes look familiar to you. All right, quote number 1. These are Dan Quinn cliche quotes. Quote number 1. We are ready to fight through this. Y'all, I heard this last year. Dan Quinn is always ready to fight through some bullshit instead of just fixing the problem from the beginning. We are ready to fight through this, guys. That's number 1. Number 2, and this one kills me. Number 2 quote, Dan Quinn. We will learn from this. No, motherfucker, you haven't learned a goddamn thing. Oh, my God. Dan Quinn said this last year. He said this last year. We are going to learn from this, and we're going to get up, and we're going to come back, and we're going to kick some ass. That's what he said. He hasn't learned a goddamn thing. He's making the same mistakes from last year. Y'all remember when Dan Quinn said "embrace the suck"? I think he took that literally, and he just wants to be bad all the time. He has literally embraced the suck. Literally. The point was to internalize the suck, swallow it, get better, improve, spit it out, and then make improvements. This motherfucker took it literally. He said, let's just be the suck. The Falcons have become the suck. We are now the NFL symbol for choking a lead. That's what we are. You know it's bad when my own father texts me and says, your team is a bunch of chokers. That's when you know it's bad. My dad don't watch the Falcons. He ain't got no red zone. He ain't got no Falcons tape. He don't watch Falcons highlights. My dad just gets on there and reads the ESPN box score and reads the numbers and watches the game and says, man, your team's a bunch of chokers. It is embarrassing. I had to duck my own damn dad. I didn't even want to respond to him. Didn't want to respond because what am I gonna say? He's right. I got my friends. I got my brother talking about Big Dick Nick strikes again to beat the Falcons. Chicago Bears are calling his ass Big Dick Nick. And I got my damn brother texting me, Big Dick Nick beat y'all again. This is the shit I have to go. This is the shit I have to go through, y'all. This is it. I'm breaking up on the inside. This is what I have to deal with. Bullshit. Anyways. Quote number 3. Dan Quinn cliche. And if you're new to my stream right now, subscribe, hit that content, hit that like button. Right now, we're getting into Dan Quinn's cliche quotes that I wrote down because I got to laugh to keep from crying. Quote number 3. We will continue to try and battle our asses off. You know what? What makes me pissed off is that this Dan Quinn speak is starting to slip into the Falcons players. In case y'all didn't know, the Falcons players are all out on social media and in press conferences defending Dan Quinn. And they're starting to use the same cliches Dan Quinn is using. I heard players starting to say it's a short season. Darqueze Dennard had a great game. I'm not taking anything away from Darqueze Dennard's game. Darqueze Dennard came onto a press conference and said, "We are a great team." Bro, we are 0-3. What kind of great team do you know is 0-3? This man needs to be drug tested immediately. I'm not talking COVID. I'm talking drug tested for saying such blasphemy. What are you thinking? Players are talking about it's a long season. We're going to turn it around. All we got is us. You know, the season starts now. No, the season started week 1 versus Seattle Seahawks. That's when the season started. What are you talking about? The season starts now. Do you have amnesia? You forgot about the first 3 games? Why do we take so long to get started? Why are we always so bad out the gate in our games? And then we always have to turn around and say, it's still a short season, y'all. Falcons Nation out there, tell me if you're sick of this. We lose the first game, and then you have Falcons fans out there saying, guys, calm down. It's just one game. You're overreacting. We lose game 2. Falcons fans come out there on Twitter. Guys, calm down. It's just week 2. You're overreacting. We lose game 3. Falcons fans come out there. Guys, we still can make the wild. Stop that. Stop that. You should want to come out guns blazing and get wins every single week. Miss me with this. It's just week 1. It's just week 2. I used to be like that. I honestly did. I used to be like that. I used to be like, guys, calm down. Don't overreact. It's just week 1 because I have faith in my coach. I got faith that my defense has got me. My defense got me. I have faith in that. I don't have that faith anymore, y'all. I don't. I really don't. And I can see it coming from a mile away. I have turned into Cleopatra. Was that her name? You remember her? The one who predicted the future, read people's future? Nostradamus? That's who I became because I could see it coming. And it doesn't matter if we're up 15, 20. Other fan bases tell me, Jazzy Jeff, you got this. It's over. You Falcons going to win. No, you haven't watched the games like I have. You haven't suffered. Miss Cleo, thank you, Iron Mike. You haven't suffered the way I have. You don't know what's coming. And what's coming is a Dan Quinn special. That's what's coming. And I see it coming every single time. We go up big. We're feeling great. And then we get an injury here. We get an injury there. We start kicking field goals. Okay, one field goal. We can't get touchdowns every drive. So one drive stalls, field goal. Okay, no problem. No problem. One field goal. Then the other team comes back and they score a touchdown. Okay, we're still up big, right? Then we drive down the field and we get stopped again. Another field goal. So now that's when I start going, wait a minute now. So then I'm like, okay, Jeff, just relax. It's gonna be okay. And then we get another blown coverage, and then the offense scores again on us. And then next thing you know, here comes the other team. And then that's when we start calling some bullshit defenses. And I know the comeback is coming right here. We're about to choke this game. I see it coming from a mile away. So Dan Quinn missed me with this whole battle shit. Battle in the first half, battle in the second half. Why can't we battle for both games? Moving on. Dan Quinn says, no changes need to be made. We just need to improve on ourselves and control what we can control. Raise your hand if you heard Dan Quinn say this. I'll repeat it again. No changes need to be made. We just have to improve on ourselves and control what we can control. If y'all have heard that, raise your hand. Dan Quinn, you know what you can control? Your first and second play calling duties, because that's your job. Dan Quinn, you know what you can control? Deferring to second half every single game. Dan Quinn, you know what you can control? Clock management. Dan Quinn, you know what you can control? When your OC is fucking up and calling really bad plays, you can override him. Did you know you have the power to do that? Do you know that other head coaches do that? Control what we can control. Apparently, you don't think we can control anything. Apparently, Dan Quinn is like, he floats through games, and then after games, he's like, you know what? I think we just need to try harder. The definition of crazy is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting the same results. And that's what Dan Quinn does. Dan Quinn literally tells you we don't need to make any changes. We just need to try harder and the results will pan out. Have you not learned anything about blown leads? And it's not and this whole blowing leads is no longer an isolated incident. I used to, guys, when 2016 happened, when we choked in 2016, y'all remember that, 28-3. When that happened, I used to come out and just defend the Falcons tooth and nail. You know, it was an isolated incident. It was a once-in-a-lifetime fluke that would never happen again. And then it no longer became an isolated incident. The game versus the Philadelphia Eagles, we should have never lost that game. This season, two epic collapses. These are no longer isolated incidents, guys. And we need to realize that. As Falcons fans, we need to take our head out of the clouds, take our head out of our asses, and stop being naive to what we are seeing on tape. As of right now, as long as Dan Quinn is the coach, this is who we are. Speed Falcons for life. Also blew lead 17-0 to the Dolphins. You're right. At this point, I don't keep track of all the blown leads that we have. But right now, this is who we are. We have lost. We have lost. I don't want to hear anyone else saying this shit. We have lost all right to take any bad team lightly ever again. We've lost that right. I don't care who is on the schedule. We have lost the right to take any team lightly. No longer can we say Detroit Lions, that's a win. New York Jets, that's a win. Miami Dolphins, that's a win. We have lost that right. Lost it. We are now the team. The Falcons have now turned into that team where other teams look at us on the schedule and go, that's an easy win. That's how bad it's gotten. And that is embarrassing. That is so embarrassing. When it comes to the point where teams no longer look at us as a competitive team, that's who we are. And we need to realize that. I'm still seeing Falcons fans. I'm still seeing Falcons fans on Twitter and other places acting like we're still a great team and we got this. We'll reel off 9 wins. What evidence are you looking at? What evidence are you looking at? I'm a realist, okay? The moment I see new information, I adjust my logic. I don't keep staring at it like a deer in the headlights, like some kind of cult follower and going, no, we're still the best team. No, we're still the best team. We're the Falcons. We're the best team. I don't do that. I look at the data in front of me, and if the data says that we're bad, then I'll say we are bad. Right now, we are a bad football team, period. There's no other way to slice it. Another Dan Quinn quote. We are 0-0 from here on out. If you say we are 0-0 from here on out, that literally means that you are just dismissing the fact that we're 0-3, that we're bad. That is coaching malpractice. That is telling your team that you are okay with complacency. And that is something that we need to get rid of in this locker room. We need to rid this from the locker room. What's up, J-Dog? Dan Quinn, it seems to me, because the more I hear players in the press conference, the more I hear Dan Quinn's influencing these players to say that as long as we try, it doesn't matter that we lose games. We just have each other's backs, and you know what? We stand up, dust each other off, and we just need to do better. All right, Slitter, thank you for joining my stream, bro. I appreciate it. I'm so sick of the complacency speech. I'm so sick of it. I really am. I'm just tired of it. What happened to being honest and just admitting that you're a bad football team and you need to fix it? I watch NBA teams, and I don't mean to get off on a tangent, but I watch NBA teams, and they're a lot more honest than NFL players. They actually come out and say, you know what, we sucked in that game, and we need to play better, period. Like, I want a coach to come out and say that for real. I'm so sick of this dancing around. We got to be nice and sensitive to people's feelings. No, I want a coach to grab people by the nuts and tell us, we messed up, I messed up, and we're gonna fix it. That's what we're gonna do. We need to fix it here, we need to fix it here, and that's what we're gonna do. I want a coach to say that. I don't need a coach anymore to tell me we don't need changes. We just need to try harder. That is bullshit. And I'm never going to accept that. So whatever coach we get, I don't want another nice players coach who's just going to go along for the ride and be buddy-buddy with everybody. No. It doesn't work for me. It really doesn't. I want a Bill Belichick type coach, a John Harbaugh type coach, a guy who's going to snatch players by their collar and command respect. Command it. Not just think that, oh, this guy's my friend. He's my buddy. I don't want a coach like that anymore. I want a serious head coach. A serious one. And this is all on Arthur Blank. This is on no one else anymore. I want to know what you guys think about what do you guys think about TD? Thomas Dimitroff. What do you guys, because I'm about to get into the future of the Falcons. What do you guys think about Thomas Dimitroff? Do you guys think he needs to go too, or is it just Dan Quinn first? You guys think about that while I go through the comments. Does TD need to go too, or is it just a Dan Quinn thing? All right, let me stroll up, and I'm really sorry if I missed everybody's comments. It comes in fast. You know, I almost missed the days where I only had one damn subscriber, and it was easy to just focus on that one subscriber to talk and answer all his comments. But guys, I try my hardest to answer everybody's comments. I really do. And every time I make a video, I try my hardest to go through everybody's comments and try to reply to something. So I am deeply sorry if I miss your comments. I really am. I try. Paul Max says, Slida, I want to appreciate your videos. You really diehard fans. Yeah. If you guys haven't subscribed to Slida, he's a Falcons fan from way back, like the 70s. So, he's been doing it before I was born. So shout out to him. Rayon says, what do you think about Michael Walker? He had a 90.3 Pro Football Focus grade amongst every line. Yeah, Michael Walker, for being a rookie, man, his play recognition is really good. He had a couple big hits on Nick Foles. I think Michael Walker with a better defense around him, with development and time, he's going to be a better player. Bruce Taylor, thank you for joining my stream. He says, I used to say that Speed Falcons for life, but he's damaging his chances, but folks are seeing him as a loser. He ain't getting in the Hall of Fame without a Super Bowl. He's a stat quarterback, and yesterday was horrid. Bruce Taylor, I wouldn't say Matt Ryan was great yesterday, but I just challenge to say to you this. Take any quarterback in the NFL and take away their number 1 and number 3 wide receiver, and let me know how good they're going to do. Just let me know. Let me know. Name anybody. Patrick Mahomes. Take away Tyreek Hill. Take away Sammy Watkins, and you'll see how much harder it will be to struggle with him. You'll see. So I'm not going to defend Matt Ryan, his entire game, but football is a trickle down effect. And if you clearly didn't watch in the second half, the moment Gage went down, it was so much easier to guard Calvin Ridley. Matt Ryan made 2 mistakes. He had Calvin Ridley wide open on the boundary. He overshot him. He was wide open. It would have been a big play. And then the interception late in the game, cover 2. Matt Ryan should have fit that in there faster, like a line drive between the linebacker and safety. He kind of rainbow floated it, and it gave the safety a time to pick it off. Stephen Chastain, thank you for joining my stream. We can't finish. Yeah, we are incapable of finishing games. Incapable. Steal the Wings. Appreciate you joining my stream. He says, I don't know about the Panthers. They seem better than right now. The Panthers are better than us. They have a win. They can actually win a game. Germ Dom, appreciate you joining my stream. Who else is in here? Young Sauce says, if C-Mac is in it, we'll split. We can't take the Panthers lightly. I don't care if C-Mac is in it or not, because they still have Mike Davis. Mike Davis looked very capable versus a great Chargers defense. So do not count the Panthers light. Don't take them lightly. Mike Davis still did a great job versus a solid Chargers defense. Adventures Often, appreciate you joining my stream. He says, fans, when we lose, fans, when we lose, fans, when we win, gotta stick together. Yeah, we got to stick together. We're still a family. We're going to come in here. We're going to bitch. We're going to hold our team accountable. We're going to talk some shit when we're going to get all that anger off our chest. But you know what? I always preach, don't attack each other. Unless someone is being just completely out of pocket, blasphemous, just ignorant, yeah, I will set that person straight. But as far as all of us as a cohesive unit, a Falcons nation, we're a family. We're not supposed to attack each other. We just want to see this team improve and get better to get back to where we're supposed to be at. We are holding people accountable. That does not make us haters. That makes us truth tellers. That's who we are. Don't be afraid to tell the truth because people are going to call you haters. We're not a hater. The people who call fans haters for telling the truth, those people want to live in fantasy land. They want to be naive and they want to think everything is perfect. I don't believe in people like that. I really don't. I'm a realist. Anyways, Ultra Shadow 97. If we lose to Green Bay, DQ needs to be gone. Like I said, I'll get into a breakdown later of that, but I don't know how we're going to stop Green Bay with this defense. I mean, they without Devontae Adams, Aaron Rodgers still put a clinic on a good Saints defense. So I don't know how we're going to stop this team. I really don't, with all the injuries that we have. Who else is in here? Carmise Jackson, I appreciate you joining my stream. He says, at this point, the problem with the Falcons is mental. The only fix is to start a brand new environment. I agree. We got to tear a lot of things down. And has anyone answered my question about TD? Let me go down. Zachary Stone says TD needs to get fired as well. Speed Falcon for life. TD got to go. We can't build a defense. Dexter Walsh says throw it all the way, Jeff, dead ass. Stephen Chastain says both. Ultra Shadow 97 says TD needs to go. All right, now everybody watching this stream, after I answer that question, here is a thought I want to tell you guys, because I just want to remind you guys, this is just something to think about, whether you think it either way. If we get rid of Dan Quinn, if we get rid of TD, and maybe if we get rid of Rich McKay, the new guys, the new regime is going to most likely come in and they're going to want to start fresh with their own guys. That means there's a chance they would be willing to get rid of Matt Ryan and Julio Jones. So I just want you guys to acknowledge that might be a reality if you're going to scrap if you're going to clean house in the front office. I just want you to realize that might be a possibility on the table. Because, and I'll tell you why, because if we continue to suck, right, and we get a top 5 pick and we fire everybody, right, let's just hypothetically, the Falcons lose, and we get a top 5 pick and we just get rid of everybody. There is going to be extreme outside pressure on the new regime to draft a Trevor Lawrence and to start completely fresh. Whether it's Trevor Lawrence sitting underneath a Matt Ryan for a year or two, or completely just getting rid of Matt Ryan and Julio, I'm just putting it out there. If you are a person who wants to rebuild without getting rid of Julio and Matt Ryan, cleaning house in all the office, there's a chance they might get rid of all those guys. So I'm just putting it out there. That's just something to think about. So if you just want to fix the coaching and fix the defense, but keep Julio and Matt Ryan, then you are looking at the route of just firing Dan Quinn immediately and fixing, the environment, fixing the defense through draft, free agency. If you are one to clean entire house, I'm just letting you know it's on the table that they will move on from Julio and Matt Ryan and try to start an entirely new environment. I will never promote getting rid of Matt Ryan and Julio Jones. I will just let the chips fall where they may with those two players because I just have that much respect for them. But if I was ever to promote getting rid of Matt Ryan, I would only do it because out of respect that I want to see him to stop all the hate that he gets. And I want to see him freed from that hatred that he gets. So that would be the only reason I'd want to get rid of Matt Ryan. I want to see him retire Falcons. If our team gets rid of him one day, I won't be mad. I'll be sad and I'll respect him and I'll make a tribute video for Matt Ryan. I'm never going to diss him. I'm never going to put him down. He did so much for our franchise, and I will always respect Matt Ryan. And the people who hate on Matt Ryan, the Falcons fans, I am completely okay with other fan bases, disrespecting Matt Ryan. I really am, because I expect that. But the Falcons fan base who disses Matt Ryan and says, oh, he's trash, he's stat Matt, blah, blah. Be careful what you wish for, and you will see. You are going to learn one day. You're going to learn to respect what Matt Ryan did for us. You're going to learn. Careful what you wish for. So I can't wait to see the years of the rookie struggles and who we try to find. Some teams, the moment they lose a franchise quarterback, they take decades to find another franchise quarterback. Franchise quarterbacks aren't just lying in the weeds for everybody. So be careful what you wish for when you get rid of a franchise quarterback. So that's all I'm going to say. You think what you want. I am not here to change anybody's minds. I'm not here to change anybody's minds. I'm just here to be insightful and make you think about the things you say. And if at the end of the day you still are like, no, Jeff, I still feel that way, then okay, fine. We can agree to disagree. I'm not going to disrespect you. I'm still going to respect your opinion, even if I disagree with it. Because that's what a real fan should do. That's what a content creator should do. You should never alienate your base of Falcons fans and just dismiss them as dumb people. You hold them accountable. You give them the facts. You give them your insight. And if they still don't want to believe you, if they still want to believe what they believe, then that's okay. I've learned a long time ago doing videos, you're never going to please everybody. No matter how much love I get, how many subs I get, how many thumbs up I get, how many nice comments I get, I'm still going to get people who say, you're an idiot. You don't know what you're talking about. Your shows suck. This channel sucks. You're a bad Falcons fan. You're a hater. You're not real. You're fake, blah, blah, blah. So that's fine. If you want to think that way, I'm okay with that. I'm just here to add insight, give my opinions, give my thoughts, give my information. And if you don't want to roll with that, don't roll with it. CPG, what up, bro? If you guys are interested in learning about other teams and you're not just stuck on the Falcons, you want to educate yourself on other teams around the league, like me, I'm a student of the game, please subscribe to CPG. He is a Carolina Panthers content creator. He's very good at what he does, and he's not just a biased Panthers fan. He's a good content creator, and I hope to work with him one day. So if you want to educate yourself on other teams and show respect to other teams, do that. Also with NY31, he's a New York Giants fan. He respects my channel. He comes on here every single stream I make. Please show your love for NYG31. He's a Giants Falcons content creator, and he also does a good job as well. So whether you're a Falcons content creator or you're a content creator of other teams, real recognize real, and I'm always going to respect other people who give me respect. Respect is earned. So the future of this team, in my opinion, like I said before, changing Matt Ryan, just getting rid of him and just putting in a Trevor Lawrence, whatever, that is not going to fix the defense. And anybody who thinks that the moment we get Trevor Lawrence or Justin Fields, all our problem is solved and we're going to bounce back and be in the playoffs, those people are delusional. They really are. They are not going to fix the defense. They are not. And when we are fully healthy, Matt Ryan is still putting up multiple touchdown games. He still is. So when we have our healthy wide receiver core, Matt Ryan is still putting up numbers. It's our defense that's collapsing. Trevor Lawrence is not going to fix our defensive problems. He is not. He really is not. Dre, the true statement, I hear you, bro. But like I said before, and thank you for joining the stream, if we completely clean house, that's Quinn, TD, McKay, you're looking at on the table Matt Ryan and Julio Jones being shipped out as well. I'm just saying. Something to think about, bro. Anyways, first, this is what I would do. This is just my opinions. You guys don't have to roll with it. This is what I would do. Rohan Desi, thank you for joining my stream. I thought Cutter was good until the first half, and then he completely got rid of what we do. Falcons fan 1020, Lincoln Riley, all offense, shitty ass, doesn't know defense if it hit him in the face. None of his teams, no matter what defense coordinator gets, they're garbage on defense. Lincoln Riley is another one of these boy wonders that all he knows is offense. He doesn't know how to select a defensive coordinator, and he doesn't know anything about defense. So, anyways, how I'd fix this team. First, obviously, this is a duh. Dan Quinn needs to be fired immediately. Fired immediately. There's nothing around that. Fired immediately. Speed Falcons for life, you're right. Russell Wilson is my unanimous MVP. There's no doubt. Russell Wilson has an injured, lackluster defense, and Russell Wilson is still carrying his team with MVP performances. Russell Wilson this year reminds me of Matt Ryan in 2016. The defense is not that great, but he's still carrying his team to victories, putting up big numbers, and everything is just working for him. So Russell Wilson right now is the MVP of the league. Anyways, number one, fire Dan Quinn. Duh. Number two, defensive side of the ball. We need to change the culture of the defense. And what I mean by that is abandon Dan Quinn's fast and physical style of how he likes to play. That means reinvest completely in a bigger defensive front. Reinvest in bigger linebackers. Reinvest in bigger two-man cover corners. Abandon all this zone bullshit. Abandon cover 3. Abandon this shitty ass cover 2. Abandon most of the cover defense. So change the defensive culture. We need to invest heavily. This next draft needs to be another defensive heavy draft. I would go cornerback number 1 again. And I would invest in a heavy defensive draft. Number 2, instead of always trying to get splash guys in free agency on offense, try to get splash big players on defense in free agency. So, bigger defensive players who don't get pushed around on the defensive line by a good offensive line. That's number 1. Invest heavily in defensive free agents and a heavy defensive draft. Todd Gurley probably won't stay with our team after this season. He's probably going to try to go with another competitor again and get his money again. So look for possibly on the table Todd Gurley to miss out on us, which means we're going to have to probably draft another running back because it looks like we're never gonna believe in Quadri Olsen enough to give him a chance. So if Gurley leaves us, look for us to get another running back because Brian Hill and Ito are not going to carry the team. Brian Hill is not a starting running back for an entire season, and Ito Smith is too small, and he's a pass-catching receiver. He's a change-of-back receiver. He's not going to leave the team either. So if Todd Gurley leaves us, look for us to get another running back, in the 5th round, 6th round. All right. The next thing, yeah, you're right. Todd Gurley's a knees. They're not looking explosive I thought they were. The next thing I would do, and this is connected to me drafting another cornerback first round. The next thing I would do is either one or the other. One of them has to be done. Either demote Isaiah Oliver or flat out trade or cut him. That's what I would do with Isaiah Oliver. There's no more defending him. I don't know if you guys know this, but we just called up Jordan Miller off the practice squad. Now, I know most of that is probably because of all the injuries we suffered, but I mean, I would love to see Jordan Miller get more snaps. I want to see what he does. And especially with Kendall Sheffield coming back, Kendall Sheffield needs to start, period. Kendall Sheffield can play man-to-man coverage, number one. Kendall Sheffield does not get beat on press man coverage. He does not get bitched at the line. Kendall Sheffield can tackle. I don't know if you guys ever went back and watched Kendall Sheffield playing. He makes one-on-one tackles. He really does. So Jordan Miller is getting called up. I really hope he plays better. Kendall Sheffield, I don't know what's going on with his injury. He hasn't came out of his boot. I really hope he comes back healthy because he's the player I actually saw development from. It was not Isaiah Oliver. So if you're just joining, I'm going over how I would fix the team. This is not what the Falcons are going to do. This is what I would do. Demote Isaiah Oliver or cut or trade him straight up. Cut or trade him. The first pick must be a cornerback, a safety, or another defensive end. I already went through why the first pick needs to be a cornerback. Let me go through why I think the first pick can also be a safety, and I wouldn't mind. We can no longer depend on Keanu Neal and Ricardo Allen, number one, staying healthy, and we can no longer depend or rely on Keanu Neal and Ricardo Allen playing how we are accustomed to them playing. Those days are over, and I have officially woken up, and I have officially taken off my Keanu Neal and Ricardo Allen blinders off my eyes. So we can no longer defend them. We can no longer expect them to stay healthy. And we can no longer expect them to be on the field playing how we used to see them play. So with that being said, I would not be mad if our first pick was a safety. And number 3, I wouldn't be mad if we got, with the first pick, another pass rushing defensive end / outside linebacker. Because, once again, injury-wise, we can no longer rely on Takk McKinley to stay healthy. We can't do it. We just can't do it. Remember in the offseason, and I was fooled. Takk McKinley fooled me again. Takk McKinley had my dumbass going again. I fell for all his offseason workout videos. I fell for all the things I heard about his shoulder being okay, and his trainer got him healthy again. He's better than ever. I fell for Takk McKinley putting on more pounds of muscle. I fell for Takk McKinley saying he's in the best shape of his life. And then the man goes out there and gets injured week 1. You know, at first I was one of those people who I ignored the signs coming out of college. Playing in UCLA, if you're not familiar, Takk McKinley had injuries at UCLA, and the Falcons knew this. They didn't care. They thought once he got his surgery on his shoulder, he was going to be back to just dominating. And Takk McKinley did look dominant in college. Don't get me wrong. Takk McKinley was on a really bad team. He had no help on the other side. He had no help at defensive tackle. And Takk McKinley in UCLA was dominant. But he had injuries in UCLA as well. And if you know anything about Pac defensive players from the Pac conference, they're number one, they're not that great in defense. Number 2, they're not the best defensive solid players. You know, I don't know what's in the water in the Pac conference, but it seems like they always have some frail ass, weak ass defenders. DeMonte KZ coming from where's KZ from, guys? Help me out again. Fresno State, I think. So it seems to me like if you want a beefy defensive lineman or a tackle or a linebacker or a defensive tackle, you need to go to like, you see Zachary Zone, Isaiah Oliver, fucking from the pack. You see what I'm talking about? God damn, thank you, Ryan, San Diego State. It seems to me if you want to go defensive end, defensive tackle, you want a physical corner, you go Big Ten. You go Ohio State. You go SEC. I mean, it seems like that's where you go. SEC and Big Ten. Those guys are big. They're strong. They know how to play. I mean, they play coverage. They're on people like White on Rice. You know, you take a guy from Alabama, you take a guy from Florida, you take a guy from Ohio State. It seems to me like the Pac and the ACC have some weak ass motherfucker. I swear to God, I love offensive players from the ACC. Don't get me wrong, I love offensive players from the ACC, like Clemson. If you want an offensive player, get a guy from Clemson. But defensively, man, I don't know. Clemson guys, like I don't know what it is with them. They don't show up. Vic Beasley, Clemson. Cleveland Farrell, Clemson. I apologize, guys. Don't kill me on this one. If you guys don't know, back in the draft with Cleveland Farrell, I was pounding the table for the Falcons to take Cleveland Farrell. Grady Jarrett is an exception. He really is. Grady Jarrett is an exception. Anyways, Grady Jarrett is an exception, guys. Calm down. I was pounding the table for Cleveland Farrell, and he's average. He hasn't shown up either. So, Archie Koala says it get through. The ACC's been up and down with defensive players overall. Yeah, I agree. They have hit and misses, but it seems like, it seems like the SEC and the Big Ten, they have surefire defensive studs, stalwarts that last 10, 15 years. Rohan says Cleveland Farrell is good. He was just overdrafted. You think so? Debo 206 says, "Are you gonna post after you get off? Post what? My live? My live automatically always gets posted. I will try to do my breakdown of the Packers later in the week. But after I get off this, I'm gonna eat something, and I'm a big wrestling fan, so I'm gonna try to watch Monday Night Raw. Charles Harris, yeah. Charles Wilson, we know, we just fucking with you. Kenneth Dowd says SEC kicks out good receivers also. Yeah. SEC, man, they got some dogs at receivers, bro. Ryan says we need a corner, safety, defensive line, linebacker, running back. Yeah, I agree. Jeffrey Simmons, Josh Allen. Tell me, guys, who is a Falcons, not a Falcons, who is a player you guys were banging the table for, and we ended up passing, and they ended up not doing good at all? Name a guy. Don't be afraid. If you made a mistake on a player and you were pounding that table for that player and the Falcons passed on him and he ended up being average or doo-doo, let me know in the comments. I want to see who y'all thought was going to be fired. Who y'all thought was going to be fired? Who's brave enough to admit they picked some doo-doo ass guy that they thought was going to be fired for the Falcons and ended up being trash on another team? Who's brave enough in the comments section? I'm gonna drink some water. And who's brave enough? Rohan said he wanted Taco Charlton. Rohan, you get bonus points for being brave, bro. Because Taco Charlton is trash, bro. Oh my, Taco Charlton. Hey, Jonathan Joseph, okay. Brian Brom, Chason. Bro, everybody wanted Chason. Chason's a frail-ass linebacker. Jeff Okudah thought was a day one. Hey, Jeff Okudah got a pick yesterday on Kyler Murray. He actually looked like a dog yesterday. So he might be coming around. Kristen Wilkinson, I also wanted him too. Whatever happened to Christian Wilkinson? Let me know. Is he playing well? And what happened to Kinlaw? Is he playing well? I pounded the table for some Kinlaw. Rayon Kinlaw, yeah. What? Let me know. I haven't been following. What happened to Kinlaw after he got drafted? Has he been playing well? Debo, you tell your friend I said that guy is a dumbass. Straight up. And that's all I gotta say. Taven Bryan, yeah. LOL, he sucks. Kinlaw's playing good. Drace is still developing. Man, it just shows you that the NFL draft, it really is a crapshoot, guys, and this is why I don't like to do, oh my God, this guy's gonna be trash. This guy's gonna be this. This guy's gonna be that. Because the NFL is a crapshoot. If you're in the right system, you can ball out. If you're in the wrong system, you can suck. Daniel Bell says, "What up, Jazzy Jeff Rupp in Stamford, Connecticut? Hey, bro, I appreciate you. Thank you for joining my stream." Isn't Stamford, Connecticut the WWE headquarters is? Just asking. I'm a fan. DeAndre Baker, he all right. He gets injured though. That's because we got like 5 linebackers already. Buddy in prison now, DeAndre Baker. Oh yeah, bro. We could have got DeAndre Baker, and he would have gone to prison. Think about that. How many of y'all was cheering for DeAndre Baker? I'm sorry, Archie. I was thinking about Buda Baker. I got him confused. I confused Buda Baker with DeAndre Baker. My bad. DeAndre Baker is the felon that's going to prison. DeAndre Baker is the one who has to watch that he don't drop the soap. That's DeAndre Baker. My bad. I was thinking about Buda Baker. Yeah, Tyler Lockett is a beast. No doubt about that. Bro, I would take a blind midget right now over Isaiah Oliver. I mean, what are we doing out here? Jarvis says, you know what it is. Players get that paycheck and refuse to play football. You know exactly that's the deal. Oh, when players get their money, they start fat catting it and they stop playing, bro. I swear to God. Anthony Romero, thank you for joining the stream. He said, I wanted the Falcons to draft them because I'm a dog fan, but we dodged a bullet. Yeah, we could have had another felon on. We could have had another felon on our damn team. I will say that I will say this though, for people who don't want TD gone, he has made a lot of hits versus misses. So, but you're right. The thing I can't stand about TD is TD has this blind, just like Dan Quinn. TD has this blind faith that he could turn 5th, 6th round guys that are projects into superstars, and I'm just not a person who believes that, because they are where they are for a reason. And guys who end up being superstars in the 6th round, the Tom Brady's of the world, the Shannon Sharps of the world, those guys are exceptions to the rule. Those aren't the rule. Those are exceptions. The guys who are drafted late and become studs, those, the Terrell Owens, the ABs, Tom Brady, like I said, the Shannon Sharps, those are exceptions to the rules. And you should never draft trying to follow the exception. You should never base anything on the exception to the rule. You should always try to, a lot of times teams outthink themselves and think that they can find diamonds in the rough, or with our system, they can develop into superstars. And a lot of times teams miss the obvious superstar right in front of them who has the production, the tape, everything you need for them. A prime example is, Deshaun Watson with the Chicago Bears. This guy, Deshaun Watson, had the tape. He had the production. He had the championship pedigree, the championship resume, national championship champion. And the Chicago Bears outsmarted themselves thinking, in our system, Mitchell Trubisky, who didn't start more than like 6 games one time, who struggled with accuracy from North Carolina, that he was going to be better than a proven Deshaun Watson. And they traded up for him. So teams sometimes think that every team thinks that there's some kind of fucking guru and they're going to outthink people, and they ignore the tape, the resume, and the production. And a lot of times I hear Hall of Fame players say, don't look at the combine, don't look at the 40, don't look at upside, look at the tape, because the tape never lies. If anybody who knows football, they'll tell you the tape never lies. And that's what you should look at evaluating people. Now, some guys, they come from bad conferences, but the tape is so off the charts, it doesn't matter where they came from. An example of that is Khalil Mack. Khalil Mack played from Buffalo. Not a lot of people know where the hell couldn't find Buffalo on the map. But if you looked at his tape, he was a man amongst boys, and his tape was off the charts. That there was no way you could deny him, no matter if he played for Buffalo or not. But you have to have a guy who looks transcendent on tape. If he's from a bad small conference, he has to be transcendent on tape for you to take him. You don't take a guy from a bad conference who already looks like a developmental player in his conference and think that you're going to turn him into a superstar. Those guys are exceptions. Never follow the exception, always follow the rule. And so that's where I get frustrated with TD. Peter Ellis says Isaiah Oliver is a joke. Would have got better production from a guy like Brian Poole or Alfred. Dimitros does a terrible job evaluating talent. I agree. I don't know why. I really don't. I got killed by Falcons fans for saying we should have paid Brian Poole. He was a stud in the slot. A stud in the slot. And we didn't pay him. He won a couple extra $1 million, and we didn't pay Brian Poole. I got killed for that. Brian Poole's doing the same damn thing on the Jets, and they suck. He is so solid in the slot playing man coverage. And I don't know why we did not pay him. I don't know why. We had no business. Debo says, who's going to win tonight? Ravens or Chiefs? I think the Chiefs are going to beat the Ravens. I think Patrick Mahomes is going to make the one critical mistake. Not Patrick Mahomes. Lamar Jackson's going to make the one critical mistake from the pocket, and he's going to take advantage. You don't want to get into a shootout with Patrick Mahomes. So I got the Chiefs. And the Chiefs' defense looks better this year than last year. So I got the Chiefs. So, oh man, I don't know. I think TD. Yeah, I'm going to watch Monday Night Football. I still got a couple guys in fantasy that I need to win me the game. So I'm definitely gonna be watching the game. And I love watching Mahomes. I love watching Lamar Jackson. I love watching the Ravens coaching and their defense. If you're a fan of defense, I love watching the Baltimore Ravens. Anytime. I'm a fan of the game. I watch all NFL teams. And if anyone knows me, you know this. I will watch the Browns versus the Buffalo Bills. I will watch a New York Jets game. I will watch any football. I love football. I'll watch all football. And no matter who it is, I always just watch the game. I study what they're doing, why they're doing it. I study how coaches are different, and I compare it to ours. And if you just can't stand the Falcons defense and you just want to see what a good defense looks like, just watch the Baltimore Ravens tonight. They have exotic looks. They are big and bulky. They don't get pushed around. They bring it. Their coaching is just phenomenal. They don't make blunders. They don't blow leads. They are just a great defense. And if you love that run and gun offense, Patrick Mahomes with his no lookers, man. The only flaw of Patrick Mahomes is that sometimes he's so damn good at throwing deep passes. I see Patrick Mahomes casually miss a simple check down. So Patrick Mahomes barely has any flaws in his game, but the only flaw I've ever seen Patrick Mahomes have is I've seen him sometimes miss a simple 5-yard check down right in front of him. I don't know if it's because his arm is so damn strong, he just doesn't know how to finesse it. But so that's one of the only things I've ever seen bad from Patrick Mahomes. Travis Kelce, I think, is the best tight end in the game. Edwards-Helaire is a monster already. Tyreek Hill is fast as hell, and no one can keep up to him. Tyreek Hill said he prays for people to put zone coverage on him because he can outrun zone coverage anytime he wants. Yeah. And then probably at halftime, I'll probably tune into Monday Night Raw to see what's going on. I'm still a wrestling fan. Don't hate on me if you hate wrestling. Yeah, Travis Kelce is a monster. But yeah, that's all I got, guys, for today. I don't want to get too far off the trail here. I appreciate everybody joining our stream. Speaking of Chiefs, I know a lot of people want Eric Bieniemy. Eric Bieniemy is a great coach. He'll make a great head coach. But do you trust him to pick a defensive coordinator, and who's he going to pick? I need to know. I don't care about the offense. I don't care about scoring points. I need to know who's going to coach this defense. I need to know where the investment on the defense is coming from. I need to know that we're going to take it seriously. I need to know that the coach is not, if the coach comes in and says, I'm going to try to continue the things that Dan Quinn do, I will be so pissed off. I really will. So I need to know what is going to, Danny Daniels, thank you for joining my stream. I would love Louis Riddick as our GM. I don't want to get into the whole racism debate, but man, there is something going on with why Louis Riddick hasn't got a job yet. Louis Riddick is great at what he does. He is great at analyzing talent. He is great at breaking down things. Have you ever heard Louis Riddick talk about our team? You would think Louis Riddick has worked for our team for years and years. Louis Riddick doesn't give the Dan Quinn BS answers. Louis Riddick actually breaks down what's fundamentally wrong with our team. And if you ever get the pleasure to listen to Louis Riddick break down the Falcons, I've heard it before. Try to find it on YouTube if you can. He is phenomenal at explaining exactly what we need to do. Phenomenal. And just today on TV, they actually talked about Dan Quinn needing to be fired on ESPN First Take. It was Stephen A. Smith, Max Kellerman, and who was the other guy? Dan Orlovsky. Sorry, the guy who ran out the back of the end zone. They also brought up the Falcons just need to fire Dan Quinn, scrap the defense, and start over. They brought that up on First Take. So I need to know. I'm okay with Eric Bieniemy, but I need to know what the defense is going to do. I need to know I can trust him to put a defensive coordinator in place who's going to do the job. Benji, Lincoln Riley has a track record no matter who they put in as defensive coordinator. Their defenses suck every year. And their offensive players, they go on to struggle because their system, they have a certain system and a certain way to play, and it doesn't really for quarterbacking, it doesn't translate into the NFL. I don't want Lincoln Riley. Lincoln Riley to me is too much of a snot-nosed young thinks he's a young what's his name? McVay. McVay's a great coach offensively, but his defensive struggle as well. I am a more old school guy. I want some old school grizzled coach. I want a hard ass. This is me personally. You don't have to agree with me. This is me personally. I don't like these guys straight out of college trying to get a job. I don't like that. You come out of college, I think you need to pay your dues. Dre, you're right. He a poor man's McVay and Shanahan. I'm of the belief you need to come out of college, pay your dues, start as an assistant coach, work your way up to offensive coach, then get a job as head coach. I'm not in the belief that you should just get a head coaching job right away. I'm not of that belief. I'm not. I'm more old school. I think you need to pay your dues. And the guys who've been putting in work, the defensive coordinators who've been putting in work in the NFL, they deserve a chance at head coach. What's the point? What's the point of having a meritocracy system if you don't even follow it and you just take a guy out of college? Guys who pay their dues deserve a chance. They really do. So, I want a defensive-minded head coach. I'm sorry, I just do. Defensive-minded head coaches usually win. You can look at Bill Belichick. You can look at John Harbaugh. You can look at Rex Ryan, who took shitty quarterbacks to deep playoff runs. Who else? A lot of guys in the league. Germ Dog, Ken Norton Jr. I would love Ken Norton Jr. as our head coach. He'd be a great head coach. There's a lot of guys out there. Todd Bowles had a lot of runs. I think Todd Bowles had a lot of runs on a lot of teams. Of course, you take Bill Belichick, Ryan. Who the fuck wouldn't take Bill Belichick? If he ever leaves the Patriots, Arthur Blank better back up that goddamn Brinks truck and pay Bill Belichick whatever the hell he wants. Yeah, the 49ers defensive coordinator, he's really good too. I just want a hard-nosed, serious, no-nonsense defensive coordinator to be our head coach. That's who I want. So, YMOF, Jamal, hey, bro, I'm finna get out of here, but I appreciate you joining the stream, bro. I'm sorry you joined late. Guys, if you are late to my stream and you always miss my streams, before I go on live, I post on Twitter what time I'm going live. So if you are not following me on Twitter, I try to put in the little ticker below. My Twitter handle is @JazzyJeffRealT1. Once again, @JazzyJeffRealT1. I always try to put what time I go on live streams, and then I always try to go on YouTube and set a schedule ahead of time so you guys know when I do these. So I apologize if you guys miss my stream. I apologize if I missed all the comments. I appreciate all the subs. I appreciate all the comments. I appreciate all the likes. Ryan, I do not live in Atlanta. I'm not from Atlanta. I haven't been to Atlanta yet. I'm from Chicago, Illinois. I'm now outside in the Chicagoland area. I moved to I'm in the suburbs of Chicago. So right now I'm in the suburbs of Chicago. I'm not from Atlanta, but I plan one day when COVID is over, I plan to go to an Atlanta game. Yes. But anyways, I hope everybody stays safe. Try to keep your head up. I understand we're in an 0-3 hole, and this is probably going to need some rebuilding to do. Right now, we're all just going to look forward to Dan Quinn being fired. He needs to be fired immediately. There's no other way about it. So when COVID is over and I get a damn vaccine, probably next year, I will try to make it out to Atlanta. I'll save up money and try to make it out to Atlanta and see a game. And then hopefully I'll make I can meet subscribers at the game, and I could, take pictures and stuff and hang out with subs, and, that'd be cool with me. So I'm always down for that. So I appreciate everybody joining my stream. This has been Jazzy Jeff, real talk, no gimmicks, bringing that real Falcons talk to real Falcons fans. And if you're new to my channel, hit that subscribe button. I will be here, rain, sleet, snow. I will be here, win, lose, or draw. I do not abandon this team If I talk shit, if I get mad, it does not matter. I still will be here. I still will make Falcons video breakdowns. I still will do film breakdowns. I still will do live streams, and I still will follow this team because that's what a real fan does. The real mark of a content creator is he around when the going gets tough? Is he around when the team sucks? Is he around when it's the off season? Or does he run and hide when things get tough? So I'll be here regardless. I'm just letting you know. So if you're a fan of that Real Falcons talk, this is your channel, and I appreciate everybody coming out. You guys take care, be safe. I'm out this thing.